things that people often ask us is why we stayed in Portland, you know, instead of moving to LA or New York or something like that. And maybe that would have been the smart thing to do, but I'm so glad we stayed. 20 years later, Portland is like the place to be. Portland is a breeding ground for all kinds of creative pursuits right now. It's the best time to be living here. Mm-hmm. People always say, you know, how come you moved to New York?
Moved away? Yeah.
You know, New York and LA and all these other places, and we'd go there, and yes, it's, you know, it's good, but we'd always end up coming back because this was a great place to create. In the 70s, it was so cheap to live here, but also there's sort of a culture around, well, there's a lot of rain, so what are you going to do in the wintertime? Well, you can read, you can go to movies, you can have sex, and you can create.
And all of those things go on here, right?
We are so very fortunate to live in a town that is so about community, I just have to say. And we never could figure out, you know, we toured in '86 and we went everywhere around the country and over to Europe, and we kept thinking, you know, we gotta move somewhere where it's really happening. And once we did that, we realized it was really happening right here. Absolutely. Portland is a great place to raise a kid. It's a big city with a small town feel that's socially progressive. People care about the environment, and that translates into quality of life. We know a lot of people here who really care about creating businesses that give back to the community in all kinds of ways, from being green to being sustainable to supporting arts programs for kids in schools. Yeah, he's trying to tell you those are my lips.
Oh, that's right. I knew that, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Nicely done.
Thanks. Thanks. I think I won free pizza for life, but...
Did you? I'm not surprised, actually.
I'm a fifth-generation Oregonian, which is a rare breed. I come from a musical family. All of us sing. My Grandma Eve played the piano, my dad sang barbershop, my mom had a career as a lyric soprano, and I grew up sitting under the piano with my little brother Vance, listening to her practice scales. My younger sister Shannon grew up to be a talented dancer, musician, and actress as well. That's her singing backups on I Can't Wait. Our voices blend really well together, and she invites me to her gigs. We have a great time.
Where did you guys move from?
Well, John grew up in Cleveland until he was 11, and then moved to LA, and then hitchhiked up here, got a ride in the back of the Bachman Turner Overdrive equipment truck. Lived on a box of graham crackers, which he will not eat to this day, and ended up in Portland in February on Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good time.
Yeah. That is 19 years old. Forgot to bring a coat because, you know, it was warm in LA that day.
Lizard-ish dragon, but like...
So he just started calling himself an Oregonian. Thank you, Portland, for being so good to us and being our hometown.